So I recently just got back from a trip to Kenya. And just to kind of break down the trip, honestly, it was such a great experience. And before I show all the footage and get to that, I just kind of wanted to talk about how I was actually able to get this opportunity. First off, shout out to my guy Isaac Schultz over at Insomnia Films, a production company. He actually suggested me for this job, and the reason I bring that up is because the first thing that I want to say before the video even starts is that, you know, the connections and the people that you meet along the way will lead to work. Like, ultimately, the way that you left them feeling and ultimately the way that they felt around you is something that they're gonna solely think about, you know? So, like, my biggest advice to anybody is just constantly just be a good person, especially when you're on set and when you're working with different people. Now to get to the main part of what you guys clicked on the video for is the trip to Kenya. So this trip to Kenya was a 6-day trip. It was actually really crazy because I had been looking to do some brand partnerships before I left for Kenya, and truthfully, there wasn't really that many people, you know, willing to do any until B&H responded, and they eventually became the sponsor of this video. Shout out to B&H. Oh, Anna loves these. Like I said, going to Kenya in 7 days, and B&H was kind enough to send me a package. I'm honestly excited to see what it is. Hey. Let's let's go. No, that's my backpack right there. Yeah, we're retiring that guy. Shout outs to B&H. This piece is deep. So I think I could throw my whole rig in here. This is the Insta360, and I'm gonna do an in-depth unboxing of this one in a bit on the desk setup. So yeah, this is really cool. Shout out and thanks to B&H for sending these out to me. I'm mainly going to use this, I believe, for a vlog in BTS as I'm on the way there and coming back. Yeah, no, this is crazy. B&H ended up sending me the Nanook 30-liter bag as well as the Insta360 Ace Pro 2 that just recently released. And honestly, I have so much to say about this camera. What's super cool about this camera is the build and how easy it was to shoot on it. With it having the Leica lens system and even the Leica color science, the pictures and even the videos came out insane. Like, I can't really explain how good these pictures are. You can probably see them now on the screen, but this was taken on a body that is this small. So it was a crazy BTS camera because I originally wanted someone to come out with me to shoot BTS, but it ended up being, you know, a little expensive. So, you know, them sending this out to me truly came in super clutch, as well as the 30-liter bag. The 30-liter bag from Nanook is actually crazy. So if you guys see the camera rig that I usually carry around, I carry out a fully built out FX3. That's what I decided to build out for this specific documentary. I specifically chose to use a couple lenses. I used the Sigma Cine 28. I used the Nisi Athena 35, as well as the regular Sony G Master, and then also this 20mm G lens from Sony. And with that set of lenses, I was pretty much able to capture all coverages that I needed while I was there. And going back to the backpack in itself, the backpack was able to hold all of it. And most of the time, with previous backpacks that I've used, I've experienced crazy back. I'm getting ready for my first day of school. Honestly, this isn't that bad. Like, truthfully, this feels kind of good. And honestly, using this specific bag, I didn't feel any of that. Obviously, the occasional fatigue of wearing the backpack for a long time during travel periods, but it served as such a comfortable bag for me throughout the whole entire trip, whether I was going to different locations. Outside of the bag and the camera, this documentary was a documentary that I would say, because it was in Kenya, you know, it drew pretty close to my heart, in the sense of I'm half Kenyan and half Rwandan. So like going back home to shoot something like this was amazing. We went out, Operation Restore Vision. They went out to go restore people's eyesight. So not only was it beautiful images that I was able to capture, but you know, I was fulfilled in the sense of being able to tell stories of those that, you know, once weren't able to see and now can see because of the surgeries that these doctors did. I want to give a shout out to Operation Restore Vision's team. I'm going to leave a link in the description of this video if you guys want to donate and even help them to continue doing missions just like this all across the world. It would mean the world. And yeah, I think that outside of, you know, just the sentimental value and even just like the lives that were changed, I think that it was, for everyone involved, a life-changing experience, and I can say that for myself. To get more into the technical, I guess, video parts of this, like I said, I brought out the Sony FX3, and some of you know that I have a Sony FX9, and you may be wondering why I decided to bring the FX3 over the FX9. I think that both of those cameras are great dock cameras. I think for the FX9 with its internal ND system, as well as the 8 channels of audio, like, you cannot go wrong for that being a documentary workhorse. I think for this specific trip, based off the laws that are in Kenya and even the traveling laws, whenever it's a camera over a certain price, you do get taxed upon entry in the country. So that was something I wanted to be mindful for. And also because I am yet to get any insurance yet on my FX9, which I ended up getting after the trip. But before the trip, I hadn't any insurance on it. I was like not trying to risk it. So I decided to bring out the FX3, which is insured. And I decided to use this camera mainly because of the way that I was actually able to build it out. I ended up using the native top handle with an extension that I got from Small Rig. It served the greatest purpose in, you know, capturing audio from the lavaliers off of my Rode Wireless Pros. I think that these mics are crazy good for professional use. If you don't have a professional miking system, I thoroughly suggest that you get some of these. I actually have an affiliate link if you guys want to get them. They're in the description below. So yeah, guys, go get some if you need them. And yeah, I was actually able to use a top handle and actually have have 4 channels of audio actually going through. I was using the Rode NTG Plus as my boom. I was using these as the lavaliers, and then I actually started using these Hollylands as a BTS mic. Okay, here we go. What you may be asking is, why did I have a BTS mic? Actually, I was able to plug it straight into this camera and capture audio with a POV camera looking back at me. So as I'm capturing, I'm actually able to talk after I captured a specific part or a specific scene. So they obviously got me all in scrubs right now. It's gonna be really cool. And they're setting up and everything. It was really, really cool to be able to bring all of that there. For my ND system, I was using Freewell filters, the 2 to 5 stop. I also brought the 6 to 9 stop, but I never really ended up using it. Outside of that, I brought my SanDisk SSD to be able to offload all my footage. Now I'm working with my editor to get it sent over. Also, shout out to the Art of Documentary, because they made organizing all these files super, super seamless. I was able to not only organize it in a way that is helpful for the editor, but even helpful for me to reference specific clips on specific days. I think one of the cool things that's going to be utilized in this documentary is I need to get someone to translate the language. I do understand Kiswahili, but for more accuracy, plus they were speaking Kiluya, So to get more accuracy on these interview scenes, I definitely need to get somebody to translate. But yeah, guys, this was an amazing trip. I was super excited. And I'm looking forward to more and more documentaries. If you guys have any more questions as to how I shot it, I could make a breakdown of how I shot it in a future video. If you guys have any questions on how I shot it, or even want to have an in-depth breakdown of my thought process while I was packing, my link down to my Patreon is below. That's where I post a lot of my exclusive content of, you know, prep and walking through edits. So yeah, what's amazing is also the music that's going to be used for this documentary comes from Musicbed. So shout out to Musicbed. If you guys need professional music that fits any scenario, whether it be documentary or commercial work, go down to the link in my description and sign up for your 14-day free trial. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and like, subscribe. I know a lot of you guys haven't subscribed yet, but please like and subscribe, because I am going to be dropping more and more videos on a weekly basis now that the new year is in. So yeah, guys, peace.